Hi friends, welcome back. Today we are going to solve CodeChef problem restaurant rating. Before we start looking into the problem details, some examples and the solution for this problem, I want to mention that my channel is dedicated to help people in their Java interviews and in their coding interviews. You will find a lot of helpful videos that can help you in your interview and coding interview preparation on my channel. There are over 300 different varieties of coding problems solved and explained using whiteboarding sessions and Java code and examples. And those are selective problems taken from previously asked coding interview questions by big tech companies like Google, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Yahoo, and many others. And those are selective in the sense that they cover important varieties of coding questions such as BFS, DFS, matrix problems, graph problems, binary search tree problems, coding questions related to linked list strings, optimization problems using priority queues, dynamic programming problem, lot of logical problems. So all these different varieties is covered, and you will find a lot of examples that can help you in your job interview preparation. So please subscribe to the channel now. So let's look into the restaurant rating problem description first. Then we will look into the example, and then we will propose our solution and Java solution. So chef has opened up a new restaurant. Like every other restaurant, critics critique this place. The chef wants to gather as much positive publicity as he can. Also, he is very aware of the fact that people generally do not tend to go through all the reviews. So he picks out positive reviews and posts on the website of his restaurant. A review is represented by an integer, which is overall rating of the restaurant as calculated by the particular review. A review is considered to be positive if it is among the top one third of total reviews when they are sorted by their rating. For example, suppose the ratings given are 8 different reviews as follows. So these are the different 8 ratings. Now what this is very important part to solve this problem, this one, right? A review is considered to be positive if it is among top one third of total reviews, right? So we have to calculate that one third of total reviews, right? And top one third. So for example, if these are 8 reviews, then top one third will be 2, right? 8 divided by 3, and we will be using floor, right? So 8 divided by 3 will give us 2 basically. So we have to pick up top 2 reviews. So if you can look into this, 8 is the topmost and the second one is 7, right? 8 and 7. So in this case, these are two topmost reviews we have to pick, right? As they said here, 8 and 7. So here is what chef wants from you. Given the reviews or ratings by different critics, the chef needs you to tell him what is the minimum rating that his website will be displaying. For example, in the above case, the minimum rating will be displayed will be 7. So there are total 2 ratings we got, right? 8 and 7. So the minimum in that is 7, right? So minimum rating 7 will be displayed on the website. Also, different critics keep reviewing the restaurant continuously, so the new reviews keep coming in. The chef wants your website ratings to be up to date, so you should be keep updating the ratings there. At any point of time, chef might want to know the minimum rating being displayed. You will have to answer that query. An interesting thing to note here is that a review might be in the website for some time and get knocked out later because of a new better reviews and vice versa. So it means that it's kind of a live reviews, right? So new reviews are coming in, and accordingly we have to give our answer, right, based on the all the reviews basically, right? So to be precise, the number of reviews displayed on the website will be floor of n by 3. So that's they already mentioned in this example. So 8 by 3 is 2 basically, right? Because we are using floor where n denotes current number of all reviews. So now in the input they have given us the n, which is number of operations to follow, and there are two operations. One is add a review with rating x to existing list of reviews, right? And the second one is report the current minimum rating on website. So in the output single integer for every operation of type 2 mentioned above. if no review qualifies as a positive review, print no reviews yet. So this is what the problem statement says, and they have given us one example here with 10 operations. So let's take this example over here on the whiteboard. It's easy to explain it here. So 10 is number of operations basically, right? So these are the 10 operations that are given to us basically, right? So one means we are going to add a review. So let's just go step by step with this example, and we will you will understand how we are going to solve this problem also. So for one means we are going to add the review. So let's just consider that one is first review is coming as 1. So now next review is coming as 7, let's say, right? Next review is coming as 7. After that 2 means we have to find out the minimum review, right? The minimum review based on this condition, right? For example, this one, right? Floor of n by 3 we will have to calculate. So now there are only 2 reviews, as you can see. So when we are saying 2 divided by 3, right? 2 divided by 3, it means that it's 0, right? It's not even 1, so it's 0. So in that case we will just output no reviews yet, right? They have said it here, here, right? So if no review qualifies a positive review, it prints no reviews yet. So this is the case where we will print no reviews for these two basically, right? No reviews, no reviews basically, right? So after that the next review will come as 9. So let's put 9 here, and then 21 will come. So let's put 21 here, right? And after that 8 will come. So 8 will go here. Let's say 8 will go here. After that 5 comes, 5 will go here, right? After that 2 comes. Now again we have to make the query, right? The query is based on how many number of reviews we have at this time. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 6 reviews are there, so we have to always divide it by 3 basically, right? So 6 divided by 3 is 2. So top 2 reviews we have to pick. So top two reviews are 21 and 9, right? So in this case we will output 9 because 9 is the minimum review in this case, correct? So as you might have already noticed that we are writing these review numbers in a kind of a descending order, right? So top one will be on the top, like the maximum will be on the top. Then that's why 21 is on the top, right? Then 9, then 8, then 7, then 5, then 1. So you might have already understood this, that this kind of problem can be easily solved with the help of priority queue, right? Which is a max heap implementation in Java, right? Priority queue. And that is what we are going to use to solve this problem. So so let's go ahead with the remaining review. So 9, so 9 we will put here, correct? And after that 2 means again we are going to query. So now as you can see 7 reviews are there total. So 7 divided by 3 is equal to 2, and 2 means we are going to again pick the top 2 reviews. So top 2 is again 21 and this 9. So 9 means it will output 9 basically, right? 9. So as you can see in the given example also, the output you will see that no reviews yet and 9, right? So this is how it came basically, right? So let's just now we'll create this one to hold these all these ratings. We will create a priority queue, right? And it is a max heap implementation, which means that maximum review will be on the top, right? So let's take a look into the Java code now. I think it's pretty clear from this example of how we are going to solve this problem. So first we have implemented one max comparator. It is implementing comparator interface in Java, and it is integer, right? And we will just compare the two integers, and we will keep the top one on the, like the maximum on the top, sorry, maximum on the top. So we created a string builder instance, then we created a priority queue. One priority queue is to hold the reviews, right? And then another priority queue we will hold the ranking, right? So let's go through the operations. So there are 10 operations which are given to us, for example these 10 operations, right? So we will go through each of these operations, and first top will be 0, and operations, if it is a addition operation, addition of the review, right? 1 means addition of the review into the priority queue, right? So we will just add the priority, like the review value into the priority queue, and we will keep top is equal to priority queue size divided by 3, right? Because we wanted to keep track of the top, and if top is greater than the ranking size, right, then we will add that into the ranking, correct? So what we have done is, whenever we will, when we are adding any value, we will keep track of this one, right? So now, for example, when we added this value 6, now for example 179, right? So we first added 1, right? So let me again rewrite it here, so I'll explain it again. So it's, first we added 1, right? Then we added 7, and then we added 9, right? We added 9, correct? Here 1, 7 and 9. So as soon as we add 9, our value of 3 divided by 3, it reaches 1, right, at this time. So we will just take this maximum value and we will keep it into our ranking queue, right? Ranking queue is there basically. So let's just imagine that this is our ranking queue. So we will keep this value into our ranking queue, right? After that we will add 2185. So we add 21 here, then 8 here, and then 5 here. So at this time again our value total of the size will become 6, right? All the 6 elements are there, so 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. It means that we are getting another ranking which is possible now, right? So again we will get the topmost ranking, right, and add it into the ranking queue, right? Into the ranking queue we will add. So this is one ranking queue basically, right? 21.9. So this is a ranking queue we will maintain. And so let's go back to our implementation. So this is how we are maintaining the ranking queue, right? By, and when we are putting the ranking queue, we will just say pq.pick. So what this one will do is, it will get the top element in the pq, means top ranking in the pq, and it will add it into the ranking queue, right? So this ranking queue, it means that these are the rankings that we are going to display on the website, right? So that's what it means basically. If we are having a operation 2, then we will first check that if we have at least 3 size, right, into the PQ. If the size is not 3, then obviously we will say no reviews yet, correct? Because if it is, let's say 2 or 1, then 1 divided by 3 is not even 1, so we have to just say no reviews yet in that case. If the size is 1 or more than 1, then we will just peak the ranking, correct? Peak the ranking. So in that case, so ranking is the normal priority queue, right? It's not using any comparator. So it is basically, what it means is, ranking will keep the order in ascending order, right? So basically what I mean to say is, ranking will keep the order in ascending order. So like 9, then 21, basically, I'm sorry, so 9 will come first and then 21 will come, because we are not using any comparator. So the natural ordering will be used, which is 9 and 21. So in that case, whenever we have a query, let's say 2 is there which is querying, then we will just take the first one. First one is what we will take, right? So 9 we will take. So that's what we are saying, right? Ranking.pick means it will take the first ranking, as you can see here. So it will take 9, right? So we will keep looping through all the operations, and we will whenever we have a query, we will add the result into the string builder, right? String builder instance, and at the end we will just like return string builder dot toString method, right? Then we will just return a string and we will just print our result here. This is the returned string value result, and we will just print the result here, right? So this is the same example that we just saw on whiteboard. So it has 10 operations, and these are the two like priority. This PQ is actually holding all the rankings, and ranking queue is only holding the ranking that we want to display on the website, right? So this is only holding rankings that we want to display on website, right? So what it means is, let's go to the problem one more time. So if you can see here, right? So here they have said that we considered one third of the total basically, right? So for example, in this example that they gave us, it is 8 by 3, right? 8 divided by 3. So total size means total rankings divided by 3 basically, right? So that's what we will hold in ranking queue, right? That's why whenever we have the top which is becomes more than the ranking size, then only we will keep adding into the ranking queue, correct? So that's what it means basically. So as I explained you here, when it reaches the first 3 elements, the 9 will be added, then first 6 elements, then 21 will be added into the ranking queue, right? So based on this formula, right? 9 by 6 by 3, like this basically, 3 by 3, 6 by 3, then only we can add one into the ranking queue. So this is how we can solve CodeShape problem restaurant rating with the help of priority queue and this logic that we just discussed here. So we used two priority queues, one priority queue, this one PQ, we used it to hold all the rankings, and this another priority queue ranking, we just used it to hold the only rankings that we want to display, right, based on n divided by 3 condition that they have given into the examples. So max comparator we implemented because we wanted the priority queue to hold the um, rankings in decreasing order, right? And this ranking queue will hold the ranking like what that we want to display on the website in increasing order, right, which is the natural order without any comparator. So this is how we can solve the restaurant rating problem on CodeChef. If you are new to my channel, there is a CodeChef playlist on my channel that has a lot of solved CodeChef problems. There are other two big playlists. One of them is called as Code Forces and other is called as Lead Code and Lean Code Solutions. Both of these playlists has over 300 solved different varieties of coding questions which are very important from coding interview perspective. They cover very important coding questions varieties such as matrix problems that can be solved using BFS, DFS, logic-based matrix problems, graph problems, binary search tree problems, optimization problems using priority queues, string problems, linked list problems, as well as dynamic programming problems. So all these different varieties is covered into those playlists. You can go through those playlists. Those are the coding questions which are explained with whiteboarding sessions, examples, and Java code. So that will give you easier understanding, and you can practice those problems when you are practicing for your coding interview questions. If you like this video, if you find it helpful, and if you like the way it's been created using whiteboarding session, examples, and Java code, then please give it a like. Also, subscribe to the channel. Your subscription to the channel is really important for the channel because that is the way the videos can reach to more people who need help in solving coding problems. Main goal of the channel is to help people in their Java interviews as well as in their coding interviews. Some people find it difficult to solve coding problems, so they can watch these videos of solved coding problems with whiteboarding sessions, and they can also understand how to approach different varieties of problems using Java and what data structures, Java APIs, and Java libraries to be applied to solve different varieties of coding problems. So if you like this content, and if you like this coding question solved and explained, then please give it a like. Also, if you have any question regarding this video, then please put your question below the description section. Share this video with your friends and colleagues. I am going to give you the link of my GitHub account where you can find the Java solution. You can practice that solution and with another unit test cases and examples as well. And thanks for watching this video.